Hello friends, in today's video lecture we are going to learn about how to calculate lattice energy. What are the different equations which are using for calculating or understanding the lattice energy. So in yesterday's video we saw first important equation to understand lattice energy for calculation is Born-Landes equation. So we will again recap about Born-Landes equation. This equation is used for calculating the lattice energy theoretically. According to Born-Landes equation, U is equal to capital N capital A e raised to power 2 Z plus Z minus upon R in bracket 1 in minus 1 upon N bracket complete. So here the terms which are using N is nothing but Avogadro's number, which is 6.023 into 10 raised to power 23. Then A is a modular constant, E is the charge of electron, Z plus and Z minus, these are uh, ionic charges of ionic compounds, and N is the empirical value which varies from 8 to 12. Now with the help of all these parameters you can easily calculate the lattice energy, but this is a theoretical way to calculate the lattice energy according to Born-Landes equation. Another equation which is using for calculating the lattice energy of ionic compound, and for that equation it is necessary to know the crystal structure and interionic distance. That equation is called as Kapotensky equation. Kapotensky equation overcome the limitation of Born-Landes equations. In Born-Landes equation we use term that is modular constant A and repulsive parameter N. Here in Kapotensky equations both the terms are taken as equal. For binary compounds like NaCl, Kapotensky equations can be written in a simpler form, and that can be used for calculating the lattice energy. According to Kapotensky equations, lattice energy is equal to UL is equal to capital C capital V Z plus Z minus upon radius of cation plus radius of anion R plus R minus, where V is the number of ions present in the ionic compounds. For example, if I have NaCl, then there is a 2 ions are present, so V is equal to 2. For magnesium fluoride MgF2, there 3 ions are used, and therefore V is equal to 3. C is constant, which is equal to 1.079 into 10 raised to power 5 in picometer, this term as a radius. And you know that lattice energy is calculated in the terms of kilojoule per mole. Okay, dear student, Kapotensky equation is useful for rough calculation of lattice energy of ionic compounds for crystals which are unknown. Those crystals which are newly found or whose structure is not known, for such equations we can mostly use Kapotensky equation for calculating their lattice energy. The two main features of this equation is, one is it increases with increasing charge of the ions. According to these equations, lattice energy increases with increasing charge of ions, and lattice energy is maximum for smaller ions. That is the two important features which we know from these Kapotensky equations. Now we want to learn how we can calculate the lattice energy with the help of Kapotensky equation. We have one numericals, and that numerical is what calculate the lattice energy of sodium nitrate from following data. You know the structure of sodium nitrate. that is NaNO3. NaNO3. Here in this ionic compound, Na carries positive charge and NO3 carries negative charge. The radius of Na plus is 97 picometer and radius of NO3 minus is 189 picometer. Now, what is the formula of this Kaputansky equation for calculating lattice energy? UL is equal to CVZ plus Z minus upon R plus plus R minus. So what is C here? C is the constant which is considered here. What is V? V is nothing but number of ions. So in these molecules there are 2 ions, right? So V is equal to 2. By substituting the values, this value into equation of lattice energy by Kaputansky equation, then you can understand that what is the value of C? 1.07 10 raised to power 5. What is the value of V? V, here is some mistake. So plus 1, that is the charge of cation, and plus minus 1, that is the charge of anion, upon radius of cation plus radius of anion. If you substitute all these value, then you will get the value that is a minus 754.454 kilojoule per mole. That much amount of energy is released during the formation of NaNO3 crystals according to Kaputansky equation. So this is very simpler way to calculate the lattice energy. The most famous equation is used for calculating the lattice energy, and that is the Born-Haber cycles today. M. Born and F. Haber, these are the two scientists who developed this technique in 1919 experimentally for determining lattice energy of ionic compounds. Born-Landes and Kaputansky equations, these are theoretical equations, but experimentally proven equation is a Born-Haber cycle for calculating a lattice energy. According to this equation, this equation is totally based on assumption that the formation of 1 mole of ionic compound Mx can be takes place either by direct combination of 2 ions, that is metal and another one is a solid metals and the gaseous halogen. When these two are combined together directly, there is formation of also Mx, that is the metal halides. Or second one way is by reacting by considering alternative method for getting the different number of steps to calculate the lattice energy. Here we will discuss both methods for calculating the lattice energy. One is direct method, that means direct combination of metal in solid state when combines with non-metal in gaseous state. So there is formation of a metal halides. This is a single step reactions in which what happen, 1 mole of solid metal combines with 1 mole of halogen molecule forms 1 mole of metal halide Mx in solid state. The amount of energy released here is a negative sign, indicates that the energy is released in the form of heat of formation delta Hf. So whatever the energy released during the combination of both metal and halogen, you will get a direct product, that is Mx. But this is a very one step reactions where we can get the metal halides by combination of metal and halogen. But we have another method which is more interesting, that is we will understand there each and every steps very thoroughly, and that is the alternative methods for calculating the lattice energy. So what is that alternative methods? So here there are 5 steps which are involved in this reaction methods. That 5 steps are very interesting. First step is sublimation of M solids to M gaseous, that is conversion of metal solid atom to gaseous atom. This is very particular reactions. Metal in solid state convert into metal in gaseous state. You know what is sublimation? The conversion of solid substance directly into gaseous substance, that is called as a sublimation. So in first step, metal solid directly convert into gaseous metal by absorbing some energy. That step is called as a sublimation of metal solid to metal gases. You can observe here, and the amount of energy which is absorbed there, that will be considered as delta Hs. This is a heat of sublimation of metal, which is expressed in a kilojoule per mole. Now second step is a dissociation of halogen. As we know that halogen is exist in a molecular form, that is in molecule. So first we want to dissociate that molecules, gaseous molecules, into gaseous atom, halogen atom. So X 1/2 X2 molecule in gaseous state is converted into gaseous halide atom. Again there is a dissociation takes place, and that's why the heat absorbed for this dissociation is called as heat of absorption of X2. So 1/2 X2 gaseous gives X gas, that is a dissociation. Now in third step there is ionization. The metal in gaseous form convert into metal ion in gaseous form. Conversion of gaseous solid atom into gaseous metallic ion, that step is called as ionization of metal in gaseous state to metal in ion in gaseous state. So here again energy is absorbed, which is equal to ionization energy, and form a metal ion with loss of electrons. So metal is converted into M plus in gaseous state. Here the energy released, that energy is called as delta Hi. Again it is expressed in terms of kilojoule per mole. Fourth step is conversion of gaseous halogen atom to gaseous halide atom. Here the halogen atom in gaseous state, which are unstable, which accept one electron which is lost from metal, when metal in gaseous state convert into metal ion in gaseous state. So that lost electron is accepted by this halogen in gaseous state, halide in gaseous state, halide atom in gaseous state, to form a X minus halide ion in gaseous state. So halogen atom in gaseous state accept one electron from metal and form a X minus halide ion in gaseous state. Here that energy which is equal to the electron affinity, and that is always in a negative form, right? Delta He is equal to minus X kilojoule per mole, that is always negative. Fourth step is very clear. Again I will repeat, gaseous halogen atom to conversion of gaseous halogen atom to halide ion. Fifth step is combination of metal ion in gaseous state and halide ion in gaseous state. So when both combine to form the metal halide in solid state. So 1 mole of metal ion in gaseous state combines with 1 mole of halide ion in gaseous form to form 1 mole of metal halides in solid state. The energy which is here equivalent to the lattice energy, denoted as U. This is called as a lattice energy. So for combination of gaseous metal ion to gaseous halide ion result into formation of a solid metal halide. This combination, the energy which is released there, that energy is called as a lattice energy when there is loss of energy. Okay. Diagrammatically this can be represented according to Born-Haber cycles. You can see here metal metal combines with 1/2 molecule of X2 in gaseous state. This is solid, this is gaseous. There is formation of metal halide. This is direct method. The amount of energy which is there released, that is called as heat of formation, delta HF. But to obtain this mx in solid state, we need to go through this path. Like first, metal is solid metal atom is converted into gaseous metal atom, so that is called as sublimation. Then gaseous halogen molecule is converted into gaseous halogen atom, that is by dissociation. Then metal in gaseous form is converted into metal ion in gaseous form by ionization energy. Gaseous halogen atom is converted into gaseous halide ion by electron affinity, and then both ion in same state, that is metal ion in gaseous state and halide ion in gaseous state, when they combines to form the metal halide, that there the whatever the energy released, that energy is called as lattice energy. So lattice energy is very important to remember. So if you want to get the heat of formation of these reactions, you just do the addition of all energy release or absorb in all the steps. You just do the summation of that, that is heat of sublimation, enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of ionization, enthalpy of dissociation, and electron affinity plus in lattice energy. When you combine all, then you will get the heat of formation of that particular ionic compound. So this is very easy to understand according to Born-Haber cycle. Today Born-Haber cycle is having vast demand in calculating the lattice energy of various types of ionic compounds. Okay, so we'll stop here about the calculation of lattice energy. Okay.